Yo, what's going on, everybody? So I am going to go over today why you need to eat more protein in your diet and kind of like the health benefits and everything. So just to go over like what protein is and how it works. So protein is basically the building block of your whole body. So if you don't get enough protein in your diet, then you're not going to optimize your full potential if you're trying to gain muscle or even lose weight. So basically what a protein is, it's an assortment of amino acids, and all proteins are a little bit different on what kind of amino acids make up the protein, and the structures are different as well. Basically, protein is an assortment of amino acids, and when you eat the protein, say you eat like a big chunk of protein, then that protein is broken down into its single amino acids, and then your body uses the amino acids from the protein to do whatever it needs. There's multiple things your body uses protein for. Obviously muscle building, it's involved in neurotransmitters and hormones, your pH balance, your water balance in your body. Protein is used for a lot of things in your body, and it all comes down to getting those amino acids in your diet. So something I read that's pretty surprising is the recommendations for protein is 30 to 50% less than what you should actually be getting. So sources from like the government and everything, from the CDC, like telling you to eat a certain amount of protein, like that's actually 30 to 50% lower than optimal protein intake. So make sure you look at literature and studies and do your own research to see how much protein you actually need to get. And another thing I read about protein, why you should be eating more of it if you're trying to lose weight or build muscle, is high protein diets. When you overeat protein, it's been shown long term to lead not to an increased fat mass, but increase in lean body mass. So if you are trying to lose weight over time and preserve muscle, then don't worry about overeating protein, because when you eat enough protein, your body's going to feel full and you're not going to want to eat anything else. Rather than carbohydrates, when you eat a bunch, you want more and more. But with protein, when you eat a bunch of protein, you're going to feel full, and it's not going to make you want to eat more of it. So basically, like, you don't need to worry about overeating protein. You need to worry about overeating fat and carbohydrates. So in that study where they researched high protein intake over time and fat mass wasn't increased, they were eating 3.0 to 4.4 grams per kilogram of body weight. And that is way over the recommended dose. The recommended dose for athletes is 1.7 to 2.2 grams per pound of body weight. So 3.0 to 4.4 grams per pound of body weight is really high. And it showed that eating that much protein over a long period of time did not increase their body composition or body fat mass. So that's really cool. So like I said earlier, like, government recommendations are very different from literature and research. So literature and research show like optimal amounts of protein you should be getting rather than your like minimal amount. So the government like shows you the minimal amount that you need for optimal health, but studies and literature actually show what you need for optimal performance and weight loss and muscle gain. So make sure you look at studies and literature rather than just getting recommendations from like government sources and stuff like that. So like there's a big controversy on eating high protein diets and its effects on your kidneys. So studies have shown that the only negative effects on kidney function from eating a bunch of protein is if you have pre-existing kidney conditions. So if you have kidney disease or any disease relating to your kidney, then you definitely want to limit your protein. But if you're healthy and your kidney is functioning properly, then you don't need to worry about over consuming protein. So basically, guys, like, the recommendations for protein are very underestimated by like 30 to 50%. So make sure you prioritize your protein intake. And it's just some tips to take home with you guys if you're trying to lose weight or even build muscle. Protein is beneficial for both. So basically, number one is to eat protein at every meal. Make sure if you have dinner, make sure you have a good serving of protein with your carbohydrates and fat, and also have like fruit or vegetables along with that. So make sure you have a good amount of protein with that. Number two is to make sure your snacks are high in protein as well. Make sure you're not eating just carbohydrates as snacks. Make sure if you eat a bunch of chips for a snack, make sure you add in some nuts or a protein bar or some tuna or something like that to add in some protein to your diet. and that'll help you meet your daily protein goal as well. And number 3 is to actually track your food. I know this can be kind of daunting and intimidating, but tracking your food during the day can actually give you an idea of what you're actually putting in your body. So using an app called MyFitnessPal is really easy to use. They have a feature in there where you can actually grab like your food and scan the barcode, and it'll show you all the macros in there, carbs, protein, and fat, and how many calories are in there as well. So I highly recommend you track your food using MyFitnessPal, and it'll show you how much protein you're actually getting during the day. Because you might be kind of surprised on how much you're actually eating. You're probably not eating enough. I'll tell you that right now. And another tip I'd like to give you guys to take home is to start looking at nutrition labels. I know it can be kind of tedious to like look at all the nutrition labels when you buy food and everything, but actually pay attention to how much protein you're actually taking in. And this kind of goes along with tracking your food intake through MyFitnessPal. So make sure you're looking at nutrition labels and making sure that you're eating a lot of foods with high protein values in there. So yeah, today I just wanted to go over some of the benefits of eating high protein diets and kind of open your eyes on like telling you to eat more protein, because it's very beneficial, and a lot of recommendations from the government and everything show that they give you the minimal amount that you should be eating, but they don't give you the optimal amount for performance.